You're about to listen to TADPOG, Tyler and Dave Play Old Games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to another TADPOG podcast. It's just
the world's only all Suikoden podcast. From here on out,
all Suikoden all the time.
all the time. For the Suikoden, by the Suikoden. One Suikoden.
For Harmonia by Harmonia. Josh and I get that.
Yes.
You will soon.
Josh is here.
And contrary to popular belief, Jacob York, he has never been to Harmonia.
Never been to Harmonia.
Don't let him lie to you. He's never been.
Fuck. I forgot about that in joke that we have with Jacob.
That's a
One person will get that.
Jacob.
I love that we're starting this out really strong and very inclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fund your way into our world.
Yeah, right. Prove that
You came to our show. You do the research.
prove that you like it.
Send us Facebook messages asking about our college days and any inside jokes we might have. Prepare for the show.
Too late. It's too late. Don't send the messages. You should have done it already.
Yes, we're talking about Suikoden, part 2 of
Not part 2 of Suikoden. Not Suikoden part 2.
right.
That's just
Suikoden.
Suikoden,
The TADPOG podcast.
Yeah.
episode 2 of our Suikoden series.
Yeah, episode 2 of question mark of Suikoden series.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be a long series.
So we've got Josh. I had to bring on one half of TADPOG Sweethearts Josh Nance.
Hi, guys.
Hey Josh, how are you?
I'm great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's baby sweetheart?
She's doing great, too.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
She's all cozied up at JOSHFORT Castle right now.
Excellent. That's of course what I named my castle in Suikoden
Good.
as well.
As
So
you should.
So why don't we let's lead off with that story? How about that?
okay, I'm Dave,
We did not explain JOSHFORT Castle.
and now we can do this.
All
Let's
right.
do it.
I'm your beard host, Tyler.
All right, we're done. Thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks for coming over, Josh.
No problem.
All right, so yeah, we're doing Suikoden. If you listen to the last one, don't jump in on part 2. Listen to part 1 first.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Also, before we get down and dirty on some Suikoden, how spoilery is this one going to be?
I think we had an overview episode for the first
Yeah,
one.
part 1 is pretty much mechanics, and then us talking about, I think, probably like coming for a few minutes.
Yeah.
I think it depends on you, Dave. How far have you gotten? I don't want to spoil anything for you.
I've completed the first war.
Okay.
So maybe, I don't know, is that like maybe halfway through the game? I don't know.
I think it's a little less because once you hit that first...
Fuck.
Well,
God damn
I'm
it.
talking like 40%. Because once you hit that first war,
Yeah.
now they're going to start coming in more rapid
More
succession.
wars.
There's just a lot leading
Yeah.
up to you building your force up that strong.
Okay. All right. So yeah, that's where I am. About 40% into the game.
Okay. So we'll spoil 40% of it.
All right.
Well, yeah, I'd say this is not a spoiler-free episode. This will have spoilers in it because we're talking about the experience of the game thus far.
I specifically asked because I know that Zeus Laser is playing the game. And he was also watching me play the game on Twitch. And he had probably one of the funniest jokes I've ever read in Twitch chat, which was, he said, I noticed that the main character from where I'm playing right now is nowhere to be seen in your party. Engage cognitive dissonance. I'm assuming he was talking about Ted.
Yep.
So, yeah. So there we go. That's why I asked. Look, I'll be real with you. I personally don't care if you spoil things for me, but I don't want to spoil things for Zeus.
So I think, spoilers. So Zeus, this says spoilers up until you finish the first war. Once you finish the first war,
Come back.
Let's the episode this far. Hey, we're gonna spoil things up until the first war. Once you pass that, come listen to this episode.
Well, and because we're not gonna. Are we gonna jump right into Suikoden? Are we gonna just jump right? We're gonna start right now.
We'll do this package.
All right. Okay. So Zeus, don't leave yet.
Don't
this
leave.
This is
Don't
the
leave.
podcast we're doing exclusively for Zeus that he can't listen to.
Okay. Dearest Tyler and Dave, Cult/not really cult leaders and creators of the motherfucking Tadpog Nation. Prom was great. This is a special group of people. Sorry to have missed the bearded one himself on Saturday. Yes, I'm sorry. As I told Dave, I'm sending you what objectively may be considered the shittiest game on the face of the earth. Sorry, guys, it's Hydlide for the NES.
Oh, yeah.
As an apology for the abject horror, I wanted to send you each a token of my esteem. Since I am still a hardcore NES guy and love ROM hacks, I sent you one I think you'd enjoy the most. For Tyler, the copy of Mother/Earthbound Zero.
Nice.
And for Dave, the Ghost and Goblins hack that makes it better, faster, and more difficult.
Awesome. All right.
Hope you guys enjoy them. Love you guys and the whole nation. Hope to see you again next prom if it happens. Dig Dougie.
Thanks, Dig Dougie. It was nice to meet you at prom. Also, I want to point out we have other packages and that we normally take in order, but I forgot to bring any of them, and Josh showed up with a package.
Yep.
So, oh man, those are on like real carts. That's awesome. I just dug out my NES.
Yeah, Mother 25th Anniversary Edition.
Awesome.
Pretty badass.
That is nice, yeah.
On a red cartridge, Dave, Ghouls and Ghosts All Hallows Eve.
Ooh.
All right.
And Josh, here, you can have
you.
this copy of Hydlide.
Yeah, because we will never play
There
it.
you go.
Thanks.
Yeah, I've heard
the
about
box art
this.
looks fun. There's a dragon.
There are dust sleeves for all of them.
Excellent. So we got Ghouls and Ghosts All Hallows Eve, Mother 1, and a third dust cover with a game in it, maybe. I've heard about this ROM hack, this Ghosts and Goblins ROM hack. Yeah, I am excited to play it, but I have fallen down the rabbit hole. As Tyler calls it, I'm chasing my bliss. Man, I've been doing high score chase on Paperboy because it's the high score challenge game of the month of Retro Gaming Monthly, Stephen Michael's Facebook group. Anyone listening, if you're not in that group, check it out. It's really cool. I love Paperboy to begin with. I have never score chased in that game before.
Yeah.
It's always been about just get to the end of the week. Like I've never score chased, but I just started because it's the game that we're doing this month, and I really love it. Like, I really, really love it. I know not everyone has submitted their scores to, like, Twin Galaxies, but my high score would put me at 9th place in Twin Galaxies, their leaderboard. But, but like I said, I know not everybody has done it because I've seen YouTube videos of someone like with a score in that range too, and it's like they're not on Twin Galaxy's list. I wish there was something like
they got to do that shit properly and submit it. Don't Billy Mitchell it.
Right, exactly. Which is why I've been playing it on my hacked NES Classic, and I dug out the NES because I've got the cartridge, and I dug it out because I was like, well, I mean, if I'm going to submit this as a score, like I need to play it like I got to play it legit.
Yep.
So I dug it out and I hooked it up, and I was like, this looks like shit. Never mind. I'm just going to play the emulated version because it looks like a million times better, and I want to stream it. So that's what I've been doing. That's why I have only played 5.5 hours of Suikoden this week.
Oh, that's all right.
No.
Again, what makes you happy? Because I know Suikoden did not make you happy this week.
It didn't. It didn't make me happy this week. And it's kind of one of those where it's like, it doesn't help that I dread playing it. That's like certainly not helpful.
Just because the emulator?
Because I'm emulating it on probably the worst PlayStation emulator in the fucking world. Because it's like, if the controller disconnects, I gotta shut the emulator down and start it back up for it to read. Yeah, and it's like also I was playing and like I went through this long sequence where you can't save, like right before the first war. I got through that, and I'm going around this castle, and then it just crashed. So I had to do it
because you made it through like everything was perfect. Your first time on the first war, like you aced it.
I didn't.
Well, no one died. That's the important. No one permanently died, and you won on the very first time.
No. I got the first game over screen ever. So this is okay. This is maybe a continuation of part 1 because I feel like this is mechanics.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I hadn't played a war yet. I knew that there were wars in the game, and Tyler, you talked about them on part 1. I don't like them.
No, see, I love them.
I don't like them. You mentioned that they're rock, paper, scissors, which I don't like. And also, the first time I went through, this is the very first time I've seen the game over screen in Suikoden. It's because I lost the war, and it's like, game over. You lost paper, rock, scissors. Game over. I mean, I wish I could say this has something to do with your skill, but it doesn't. It was just bad luck, homie. I'm sorry. Game over.
I feel like
I can see that.
I feel like the wars get a little easier and toward the end. If
when you have more recruits, it's a lot
if you're doing
easier.
the more recruiting, the more characters you recruit, the bigger your army is.
Sure.
And also the more options you've got. Like once you get the Dragon Knights to I forgot
do
about the
like
Dragon a bombardment and everything. Like it's just there's you've got so many more options.
Well,
so you're not you're not married to that paper rock scissors. You have different exploits. You can send ninjas in. You can.
I've got thieves that don't do a good job of telling me what the enemy is going to do. But I like that. I like that I'm going to have more options. But what I don't like is, shouldn't the earlier battles be easy and the later battles be hard?
I mean, the enemies do get harder. But like I said,
the luck right now it's like 90% luck, 10% strategy, and it just those balances sway.
Right. And if you do all the recruiting that you possibly can,
which I have,
then that gives you a distinct advantage over the enemy. So the difficulty does scale, but if you're doing the recruiting, the power compensation is greater than that. So
I do like when you are battling in the wars, your recruits show up in groups. Like, what is one of them? Like, Battle Beauties, I believe, was the name of a 3-person
all the hot girls.
Right. I mean, let's put hot in air quotes because Vicky is not in that group.
Oh, okay. Because Vicky's trait isn't her beauty, it's her brains.
That's true. Yeah, that's what I like about her.
So you'd probably like Suikoden 2's wars more because each of your recruits has attack, defense, and a skill, and you build 3-person parties that you can then move on a grid.
That's
more like Shining Force.
I like that.
Shining Force,
I like that.
Fire Emblem, that sort of.
Everyone has told me in Twitch chat so far that Suikoden 2 is better, and then I would probably like Suikoden 2 better. I shouldn't say everyone has said that, but I've heard that. And I think they're telling me that based on essentially this feedback that I'm giving you right now, where it's this paper, rock, scissors luck bullshit is the worst. Because it's before the war, it's the save point is a battle back. It's way across the map. So it's you lost because of luck.
And you're just kind of fighting before you know it. You're talking to somebody oh, here we go. And you're in a war.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly. It's like that Seinfeld bit. You're in the luge. And it's I don't want to be in the war.
Whoosh, 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 silver.
Right? So, I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's it could have just been if you just at least let me save right before the war so that when I lose by bad luck, I don't have to go and play. I know it sounds silly, but 15 minutes, to get back to the point.
Oh no, that's an eternity in today's.
Yeah. I mean, it honestly felt like a slap in the face. You motherfuckers! You have to replay. And a story bit too. There's a story bit in there where I just have to keep mashing X until it gets all the way through it. So I didn't ace it the first time. I aced it the second time.
Okay.
And then the game crashed.
Yeah.
And then I had to do it a third time.
Yeah, that's understandably frustrating.
And then, but that's not the game's fault. I don't hold the game accountable for my fucking
It does take the wind out of your
crashing.
sails, though.
But it does kind of sour my mood, which of course affects how I feel about things.
But Suikoden 1, I feel lays down the strongest, best roots for a series. And then Suikoden 2 is the one that jumps in there and fine-tunes and improves on literally every aspect of the game.
What I like so far about Suikoden is the recruitment.
Yep.
I think that's really neat. I think it's neat that they have a whole bunch of characters. I think it's neat that some of those characters have interesting interactions mechanically and through the narrative. That's my favorite part of the game. I feel like that's the strength of the game. But I feel like that strength is undercut because I'm constantly getting frustrated because, and I hope this changes, I'm getting frustrated because it's I meet these interesting characters and then they're but we're going to force a party on you and you get to fill in the slots with 2 people. And it
happens less often
later on?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I won't say it stops.
Sure.
But it happens less often.
And I get it. They need certain characters in there to push the narrative, because it's like if you just have 6 random ass characters in your group, like that have different, storyline backstories, so you can't make a narrative out of that.
Because most of the time you'll have like 1 or 2. I can think of several places where you just make your own, but then of course at the very end you have 2 characters forced on you as well, so you can't have your dream party at the end either. Although they're 2 characters I would have taken anyway, so it didn't bother me very much.
I wonder if that's why they gave you the option to have 6 party members, because you had to have so many.
Yeah.
And at certain key story points, they added a couple extra slots just so you could have a little more
some
freedom.
customization. And I do like the 6-party system, the 6-person party system. I think that's really neat. It's just, I don't know, it bums me out a lot of times because it's like, oh man, if only I had 1 more slot, I could have like, I don't know, and I would never be satisfied.
You could have Kai and then have your United Attack.
Yeah, I would never be satisfied, because it's like if it were a 7-person party, I'd be like, oh god, if only I could have 8 people in this party, I could have everyone I
If only I could have 108 people
right
in my party.
I mean, I love the 108-star concept and the recruitment and everything so much that I tried to build my first D&D game like that, because I made the 108 stone tablets and I would write in characters and things like that.
Oh yeah, we had a poster board that we would write on the wall. Yeah.
I don't think I played in that one. Did I?
You weren't in it much.
Yeah, because that wasn't the game where I played Togiyabi, is it?
It was.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But by the time you came back to finish it, I kind of scrapped the idea.
I got you. Because I was about to say, I remember it being more like Dragon Ball-y, where it's like they were like, I can't remember what they were, but there was like this is awful.
The orbs.
Please don't take this as an insult. But
I don't know. It was my first game.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not saying it was bad. What I'm saying is I don't remember a lot of it. Look, I've drank and done some other things a lot since then. But yeah, with the orbs, I remember the orbs,
which were extremely, extremely overpowered artifacts.
Oh yeah, I don't remember
because I lifted so much. They're out of the Dark Tower, and I just assigned everyone, like, gave plus 10 to a certain stat and gave like certain feats, and it was just like they were incredibly broken. And of course, if you had all of them together, you would get the
summon a dragon, make a wish.
Sorta.
Yeah.
The last one would appear.
I wish for panties.
The last one would appear that had 1 divine rank in it. So whoever, But of course, McWin wasn't there, so the rest of the party decided to destroy it. So McWin was so pissed afterward, like, why did anybody just become a god?
Yeah.
I would have ruined your game, man. I would have become a god like that and killed everybody.
McWin equals maximum gamer.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I think this also does lend itself really well to a D&D game. I think that would be very, very fun to have all these recruits, and then that whenever you recruited each one, they could bring something new to your base, and then so much gold that you could invest and build like we did in your game, because I loved building Alessa Lotte. So, which
was the equivalent of JOSHFORT Castle in my D&D game.
All right, JOSHFORT Castle.
Oh, the story.
Yeah, tell us the story.
Okay. I was thinking we had actually already said this on an episode before.
A long time ago, but no one remembers.
I mean, there's not much to say. The
good storytelling so far.
Yeah.
The option comes up. The option comes up.
Under promise, over deliver. Perfect.
Josh has already hit us with, I think we've told this story, and there's not much to it.
I wasn't expecting to tell the story again, but
you weren't.
No.
I'm sorry I brought you over here to talk.
I'm sorry I annoyed you with my friendship.
So you get an option once you gain your castle. You kill the dragon, you get the castle. Mm-hmm. You get the option to name it, right? It doesn't say, it just says, like, name your castle. So I'm like, okay, Josh Castle. My name's Josh. It's Josh Castle. Well, Josh Castle doesn't fit in the...
I want to interrupt just to say... That is fucking adorable. That is adorable. I like that.
I mean, this was at a time.
Like, I want to say we started out with like Shining Force, but there's no way Shining Force is fitting.
No, yeah. No, this was at a time where you just name your characters after all your friends, right? You name all the. That's Final Fantasy 6-3 was just a list of all my friends.
Yep.
That's what we did. But
you can't do that in Suikoden.
No.
Oh, look at
you can name the
big man over here having 16 friends.
So I tried Josh Castle, didn't fit, and I kept trying a few different iterations, but the only thing that fit was JOSHFORT.
God.
But there was no. It was capital J, capital F, no space in between. So I didn't realize after the fact that they put Castle after whatever you named it. Yeah, well, they did. They gave you no indication.
I wish you could have done Josh Castle then, because it's like, quickly, we must return to Josh Castle. I should have just named it Castle.
I mean, I could have put Ty Castle if I'd done that.
But I love, because like we are very different, because I honestly think I would have sat there and been like, all right, like what should it be, like something like Celtic, or maybe pull something from like D&D or something. I never ever would have thought like, I'll just name it Dave.
Dave Castle.
Dave Castle. I love it.
So yeah. So my castle was JOSHFORT Castle.
I fucking love it.
And thus was Jacob's Castle, and now Dave's Castle.
So it's been tradition ever since. Every playthrough, it's become JOSHFORT Castle.
I think I fucked up though, because I put Josh Fort in all caps.
All caps.
Yeah,
whatever.
So it's
You have the strongest. It's Josh Fort.
or maybe I'm trying to compensate.
1, 2, 3, Josh Fort.
My castle has truck nuts on it.
Never found this. The blacksmith, the master blacksmith, Moose.
Mace.
Mace can.
Moose is another very skilled blacksmith.
Yeah.
He's the second most skilled blacksmith.
I found Moss and Meese.
So. There's Moose and Mace.
Mose.
Mose, yeah.
Because Mose joins you automatically.
From The Office.
Spoilers, Mose. Yeah, you run by the farm, and he just runs by smithing a sword.
Anytime you need him to make a sword, you have to chase him out of the barn.
You gotta wrestle him. Oh, man.
Is this or Suikoden 2 the one with the squirrels?
2.
2, okay. Did you get what, 6 squirrels in Suikoden
5 squirrels.
2? Is it 5? Oh yeah.
Squirrels?
Squirrels.
Squirrels? Is this the one?
Squirrels.
Yeah, there are scrolls in Suikoden.
they're shapeshift into squirrels.
Secret Invasion? Suikoden? I learned...
Because they have that combo attack with the hero.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. 5 squirrels in the hero, and they've got some incredible combo attack, all of them.
I fought some squirrels in Suikoden.
It is those flying squirrels that had little red capes. You recruit one of those in Suikoden 2. Randomly, you're just walking from town to town, and you open up your menu. There's a squirrel there with you, named Muku Muku.
Okay, all right, I like that. So far, I've met a kobold named Kuromimi.
Oh, God.
And
Kobolds are they're all terrible in all the Suikoden games.
But I like the dialogue because he's all.
And they all live in big dog houses.
Yeah, because he's all because it's pretty much broken English with like a grr thrown in there every now and then. It's like, I like this guy.
It's English.
Then there's this other thing. All right, so look, I'm not here to shit on Suikoden, but I do feel like I need to be the voice to be like, all right, this game is not a perfect game.
No.
It constantly does this to me too, where it's like, oh, here's a new character that's joining your party. He's short range, but we're gonna put him in the back.
Yeah.
They did that with Kuromimi, and it's just like, yep. And it's like this big moment where he's like, yeah, I'll fight with you. No, he's just gonna cower in the back because like he literally cannot do anything.
Oh, LePant's here to kick some ass. Put LePant in the back.
Right? Yeah.
Back of the bus, fish.
So I don't know. It's kind of one of those where it's like, yeah, I guess that's kind of an oversight.
I guess it is Suikoden 2 then, because you can change row in one of the games.
Oh, in mid-battle?
combat.
Yeah.
So you could switch them out in combat, and it's not a big deal. So,
yeah, that was not a feature in the first game.
Sorry, Dave.
It's okay.
Then I feel like the inventory system, I can't remember. I feel like it's better in 2. Mm-hmm. As opposed to like the Earthbound style, everybody has their own inventory, but...
Yeah, there's not a shared inventory in Suikoden. Yeah, we didn't talk about that on the last episode. That does get kind of annoying, but like, that's not a big deal. I guess it's because I've played a bunch of older RPGs where it's just kind of like, oh, okay, this is one of those games. But it is weird considering that like you had a shared inventory.
It's the PlayStation 1.
Right, exactly. And it's like all these SNES JRPGs, you had shared inventory for the most part, and all that. So
like the polish behind Final Fantasy VII versus Suikoden was so infinitely more polish and quality of life in like Final Fantasy VII.
And I do think, honestly, like, I think Suikoden is a good game, but I do think that it did not get the polish that it needed.
No.
Because, like, there are a lot of, like...
You mean the stock sound effects?
Yeah, I'm right. I talked about the stock sound effects last episode.
See, Josh, I don't know if you've watched, but when Dave plays and does something he isn't allowed to do, God, Duck won't let me do it.
Yeah, they just took the error noise from Macintosh computers. They're like, that's good enough.
Duck, God of Forbiddance.
So I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's kind of heartbreaking because it's like I can see like the good stuff in the game, but it's like, man, if Konami would have just polished it, like Suikoden would be like a really, really, really good RPG.
Yeah.
And I know I'm telling this.
And they fixed that with Suikoden 2. But Suikoden 1, yeah, I feel like that was, hey, we've got an idea for this game. All right, here's some money. Make a game.
And to cut them some slack, they didn't have any experience in RPGs.
Yeah.
Like this was...
Konami's still very short on RPGs.
Because it's pretty much what? The Suikoden series?
Yeah, then I guess you got like action art, like Vandal Hearts.
Oh, that's right. Vandal Hearts. I forgot about Vandal Hearts. Yeah. And then the next closest thing after that is Symphony of the Night.
Symphony of the Night, yep. You're right.
XP level up system.
Yeah.
I feel like the inventory was kind of, the issue with that was kind of mitigated by the weapon upgrade system because you're not getting a new sword.
You're just dealing with armor and healing items.
Right. Yeah. And I do really like the blacksmith system where you level up a weapon. Mm-hmm. I think that's really cool. The armor... I don't know. I feel like I'm constantly juggling armor. That's like the big thing. It's like constantly.
Because you do have like 5 different pieces of armor that you're constantly having to.
Yeah, and it's
through.
like I'll upgrade one person's armor, and then it's like, okay, someone needs to get this hand me down, and because it's not in a shared inventory
now
space,
I have to buy 6 pairs of boots.
Right.
That then I have to give. All right, well, Tyr, give it a pair of boots to this person. I'll give a pair of boots to this person. Yeah, it's
and
way
it just
too
shuffles around. So
and then 2 again betters it by you have multiple rune slots. You don't just have just the one. So then more magically inclined characters. Some might only have 2 if their magic score is low, but high enough they'll have head, left hand, right hand. So you can mix up some physical and
that's
some
neat.
magic. So again, yeah, another little improvement because it's very limiting, having characters that do have a decent magic score and an attack. Which way do you go?
Yeah.
Like Flick. Flick has very good magic and very good attack. Which way do you go? So
I have not been using magic. Is that going to be a problem for me later on? I mean, like
it's really only an issue with some enemies that are like resistant to physical damage. Like if I remember right, Necklord's Castle.
Yeah, Necklord's very resistant.
That's the first really time you run into
Necklord's the king of neckbeards.
Necklord is a vampire.
My lady.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he's a vampire you're gonna run into later. That is his name, Necklord.
And for the record, I think all vampires are neckbeards.
Yes.
See, now I think, Josh, you did it in a Call of Cthulhu. What if he's a vampire? Vampire! Vampire!
But yeah, I think that's the first time you actually are going to run into physical resistant enemies.
Okay.
Yeah, there is a spike in difficulty at Necklord's Castle. That's definitely true.
All right. Okay. Well, I mean, I pretty much always keep a caster in the group, but they're always dealing physical damage.
I mean, that's usually what I did when my playthroughs. I'd keep 1 or 2 casters in and get to the boss and then just unload all the magic on them.
Yeah, okay.
Then,
all right. I'm doing it. I'm playing Suikoden right then.
Are you keeping Cleo?
I have been for the most part, but it's getting tough because here's the problem I'm running into. Everyone is telling me that I need to keep certain characters in my party, and I do not have the slots for them all because it's like...
I'm just saying, if you just want to keep one caster around, Cleo's a good pick because she's a solid attack and she's solid magic.
And I like Cleo. You got her from the beginning, so I like her. I kind of find myself gravitating to like the original crew, the Suikoden Rat Pack, if you will, of like Pawn and I'm Pawn mainly because... you told me, Tyler, keep Pawn in your party, keep him leveled up.
Yep.
He's badass.
Pawn is badass.
He's a monk, and like his fucking boar rune or whatever is like that like pummel animation. Josh, in the last episode, I was talking about Suikoden bums me out with the sound effects because some of them are really good. And it's like when Pawn is attacking, like it's an anime like sound, and it's like, yeah. He ends it with an uppercut. The enemy.
So
great.
I mean, what's the theory behind the difference in the sound effects? Did like they give them to like a composer to work on, but like accidentally dropped like half the folder or something? Oops. And then they're, oh shit, what do we got to do? Just
drag and drop from the computer.
Stock sounds, just grab them.
I dropped half the sound effects in my chili. I don't know. We got to ship tomorrow.
See, I really want to run a D&D game, just a silly game where there is a lawful neutral god named Duck. And it's just if you follow Duck whenever you try to do something just outside of your alignment,
every time you try to buy something, he shows up and let me see your inventory.
Unless it's bread, you can buy all the bread you want. I could just picture Duck shrines to Duck,
just loaves of bread.
Loaves of bread. Yeah,
he's just shoveling in his mouth. You know, this isn't really good for us.
Yeah,
there's no nutrition. It's not nutritious enough. It fills our stomachs up and we can't get the nutrition we need. It's just shoveling it in his mouth.
You know an awful lot about duck nutrition.
Don't you guys? Didn't you guys have that class?
I did get my degree in duck nutrition. What to feed and how to prepare ducks.
Oh man.
Do you think? I'm sorry to bring it back to Duck God, but I got to get in here right now.
We never left Duck God, baby.
Yeah, can we put a pin in that? I'm just going to trample over everything about the game you're just about to say to put a pin in this to say, how do you think the Duck God feels about the Goose God?
Because the Goose God's chaotic, evil, just attack everything.
The Goose God's like, it's like all prayers to the Goose God are about terrorizing toddlers. Dear Goose God, my 3-year-old has been acting up. Please send the flock.
All right, the Bird God game. We're gonna have to do it.
All right, I'm down. I love it. Let's build this pantheon. You could do that. You could build a pantheon based on waterfowl. Never mention waterfowl at all, and just be like, "Here's a pantheon," and no one would know the difference.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's the god of flying, Albert Ross.
Not the god of landing.
No.
I'm sorry, you were saying before.
That's Penguin.
Yeah.
Because Pawn is badass. The only thing that later on his effectiveness goes down because you cannot unequip the boar rune from him. So there are much better runes that let you do more damage and don't unbalance you and things like that. So I'd say the last quarter of the game, he really starts to fall behind.
I got you. I liked Valeria.
Yeah, no, Valeria's got OP rune. She's good. She's good through the whole game.
Yeah, because it doesn't give the unbalanced status effect, which that's nice. It's nice. I was sad when because they kind of spoilers. We're in spoiler territory.
Yep.
Right now, so Zeus, love you, man.
And begin.
There's a section where Valeria leaves the party. Mm-hmm. I'm still trying to be kind of spoilery free. She leaves the party and it's like, God damn it. She's got she's my best right now because she can equip a shield.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And she has an awesome rune. I can't remember what it's called. Falcon rune. That's right.
Falcon over boar.
Yeah. I don't know how the hell I could forget that because I would often say Falcon rune and then it didn't work. But, she deals
You look over and Henry's just shaking his head.
No, I play Suikoden when he's in bed. It's a shame game. Yeah.
We also mentioned before, because we started out, of course, this is a game that Ashley Shake brought into our world.
Cockmaster.
And his penchant for saying things the way he likes to say things. So he called this game Suidoken. And that's what stuck for a very long time.
Which sounds like a Street Fighter move.
Suidoken. Which I believe, Josh, it was you who were just you were the first one to really look at the disc.
Read the box. Yeah. I'm wait a minute. That's not how. There's the D and the K are reversed. So you started saying Suikoden, and at first it was the weirdest thing in the world to me.
Dude, Josh, do you mean Suidoken?
Just say Suidoken. I love the game series. I'm going to give it the respect I want. It's Suikoden. And then it's oh, well, Josh is right. I do love this game. I should call it what it says.
What was Shake's response? Does he still to this day call it Suidoken?
No, he was like, guys, have you heard about this game Lunar?
Let me get the soundtrack on vinyl. I bet he does. I bet he still says Suidoken.
I hope that he does. Especially now that he knows he's fluent in Japanese.
Yeah. Oh, okay. What else are we going to cover with the game?
I think that's probably it.
That's it? That's good?
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like we probably did. We talked about one character, a couple runes, Duck God.
We hit everything.
We got a new religion. Yep.
Yeah. You wanna take some
We do
calls?
have the Funky Kong religion, now the Duck God and the Goose God.
That is true, yeah. I just kind of let Funky Kong religion kind of die, Josh. I hope you don't mind.
It evolves.
Yeah.
He evolved into Duck God religion.
We'll sneak Funky Kong into the Waterfowl Pantheon. I like that. Or he's the oppressor. He's the
yeah.
There we
go.
go.
They need one, yeah.
Then we can make the primate pantheon. Get Grape Ape in there. Magilla.
Yeah, dude, you're on a roll.
The guy from the Rockafire Pizza fucking stadium events.
Billy Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the Rockafire explosion. That's what it's called, right?
Because it was Showbiz, and then he was a bear, but it was Billy Bob.
Billy Bob's a bear, but
was there a monkey?
There is an animatronic gorilla in one of those bands.
Damn.
I'm remembering it, but I don't know if I'm remembering it because Dave just implanted this false memory in my head.
Kenna was so sad when we told her there weren't robots at Chuck E. Cheese anymore.
Oh.
What? No more robot? All the robots? No more Chuck E. Cheese? No, Chuck E. Cheese.
You should
What
buy her
about the
one.
man in the costume? No, the man in the costume is still there. Okay.
At least there's that.
What about the chef costume robot that plays drums? No more of him. The moon? No, gone.
Oh, that breaks my heart.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Aww.
Hey.
Hey.
I'm looking up gorilla Chuck E. Cheese, but fun coincidence. I accidentally typed in gorilla Cuck E. Cheese, a very different restaurant, not for kids.
Bring your wife.
Bulls only.
No, I'm telling you, bring your wife.
I feel like Harry from Harry and the Hendersons need to be on this like gorilla pantheon, like some sort of in between.
Oh yeah,
Like a demigod of some sort.
he has good relations with the humans.
Yeah.
Unless it's John Lithgow. He's pissed off that he got punched.
Well, and the smart one has to be Dr. Zaius, right?
Oh yeah, all right, I like it. Don't worry, we can continue. You guys can continue to do this podcast. I'm going to continue.
I don't know if I can.
I'm going to continue to do my gorilla research. I feel like anytime I don't look something up while we're recording, someone says, "You know, you have the internet." You're like, "Yeah, you're right." This is what happens when I stop to look things up.
I mean, whenever I move things out, we may or may not have the internet for an episode or two, so we'll have to see.
So we'll have to do like the playground talk. Like,
Yeah.
We just discuss rumors and how to get General
This is what
Leo.
I heard.
Yeah. Did you know you could get General Leo in Suikoden?
Did you know? I think we made that joke last episode. Yeah. Did you guys know that there is a restaurant that mommy and daddy go to, and daddy comes home weirdly happy, but also kind of sad? I don't know. I hear the pizza's not great. It's a restaurant.
Cuck E. Cheeses. You'll leave crying.
It's a restaurant that daddy really thought he wanted to go to.
Where a dad can make a huge mistake.
Daddy doesn't look at mommy the same way anymore. I don't know.
Hey, kids, make sure you set your rules before you come in.
You must be this emotionally stable to ride.
You must have this amount of communication about your needs and boundaries.
Because if you don't, you're going to get mad when your wife gets fucked by Fats Geronimo, the keyboard playing gorilla of the Rockafire
You're
Explosion
right.
Band.
The big purple thing. I was thinking it was just like another of Grimace's species. So yeah, but no, it's a gorilla.
Have you seen Original Grimace? Has anyone here seen Original Grimace? With like multiple arms and stuff? Yeah. It's pretty great. You should look it up.
Pretty frightening.
Yeah. I hear Grimace is supposed
OG, Original Grimace.
Oh, do you know that's what it stands for?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. That's on Tracy Morgan's new show, The Last OG. He's the last person to wear the Grimace costume.
It's kind of like Batman. It's like whoever wears the cowl is Batman. Whoever wears the purple suit is Grimace. And apparently Grimace is a milkshake. I think that's kind of the lore. Because you got like the Fry Kids. Mayor McCheese. I've always heard that Grimace is a milkshake. I don't know if that's true or not.
Like a grape milkshake?
I guess, man. I think
I've ordered Grimace.
I don't know.
Grimace is your fat.
This theory's falling apart, man. I don't know.
Well, every analogy falls apart at some point.
I have to look into this. I don't know, Dave.
I got the internet. You want to just
No.
That's
Ronald McDonald
I'd
is
rather
your
just
coping
speculate.
mechanism for the molestation you're providing, and then the fast food he buys you beforehand becomes your friends in the form of Mary McCheese, the Fry Kids, and Grimace. Cuck E. Cheese and Dark Donald. So there you go.
Dark Donald, also a god in the Waterfowl Pantheon. Dark Donald.
It's the racist Donald from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yes. What happened to Huey, Dewey, and Louie? Slave trade. They were trafficked. They're probably working at Cuck E. Cheese.
Dressed in gorilla suits, fucking wives.
They're wet wipers down at Cuck E. Cheese's.
Wet wipers. Yes. Although I do like Josh's idea where the three of them are standing on each other's shoulders in a giant gorilla costume. Hey, this gorilla has a child dick. Waiter!
I didn't come to Cuck E. Cheese's for anything less than 8 inches.
Oh no. No, that's wrong. I've seen that video. You know which video I'm talking about.
I don't. What video? Of the what?
Of Huey, Dewey, and Louie, the DuckTales.
Oh, yeah. The,
you know what I'm talking about.
the real life DuckTales?
You know.
I know what you're talking about. I'll have a link to that in the show notes. Their dicks are enormous. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. Also, I feel like we need to mention, we'd be doing Tadpog Nation an injustice if we did not mention the fact that Harambe needed to be in the primate pantheon. He's the god of
death?
Yeah. And life.
He's the god of crossed boundaries and death.
All his followers have a vulnerability to ranged weapons. But they get a bonus to charisma.
Yeah.
All the best bards are followers of Harambe. Suidoken?
Harambe's, B-A-E, is what they're collectively called.
They're all female. The Harambes.
He only accepts female clergy.
All right. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like this is a very good episode on
Suikoden.
I do feel like this kind of gets back to our roots where we don't talk about the game at all. Yeah.
We started off
Classic Tadpog.
We started off strong, but then we looped it around.
Yeah. You're welcome, listener.
Did you enjoy our video game podcast? Give us money.
Patreon.com/Tadpog.
Okay. Soul Eater. Soul Eater.
There's war.
There's Ted.
Stuff.
There's the big ant.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Victor.
This episode ended 15 minutes ago.
Oh, man.
A truncate silence is going to take out all of this agonizing, just like us sitting here trying to think about.
Dice. You can play the cup game.
Yeah. Did we talk about the gambling
I don't think we did.
in Suikoden?
Did you talk to you about the other mini games too, like the cooking, anything like that?
I don't think there's
cooking's
cooking,
in two.
Ah, damn it! We should have done 2.
But the cup game and the dice game are in 1.
which I really like. It's a nice way to earn money in the game without grinding on enemies. I think that's cool.
And I think they intentionally make it where you don't have to grind. In that the gambling and then how you sort of automatically catch up after a few battles to where your level should be, and then the experience tapers off in every area. And then, of course, if you're going to a straight, if you know straight where you're going, the encounter rate goes down. Like it's all. They try to avoid the most painful part of RPGs of the previous era. So, of like the Super Nintendo Genesis, what was painful about that? I feel like in the PS1 area, so we can try to fix that. So
the gambling reminds me of a horrible part in this game. Look, it's gonna sound. I'm not trying.
the worst part of Suikoden 1, the worst part
I guess.
The weird puzzle.
Yeah.
The circular puzzle inside LePant's.
What's the name of the toy, the kid's toy, where it has it's like, you pull a string and then an arrow.
Speak and spell.
Is it a speak and spell where it's like the cow goes, moo?
Yeah,
That's a speak and spell?
Yep.
There's one of those in the game that's pretty much at the end of a dungeon, and you just like...
It's such a weird, out of place, jarring experience inside LePant's mansion where you see that.
He's a weird guy, man.
Yeah.
LePant is weird. Can you guys tell me if he's wearing a shirt or not? I can't
He's just
figure it out.
orange.
No, he's just
He's just orange.
he's just a cape.
Yeah.
He's got his cape, and then
He's
And his pant.
He's a scion of a monkey god. He's half orangutan, so that's why he's covered in orange hair.
Okay.
He's all orange.
I mean, he's just a super fit guy.
Yeah. Just very fit orange guy.
And he loves speaking spells apparently, because the end of his mansion is just, there's a giant one where you have to get across one, and essentially every time you try to cross it, you get on the arrow and then it randomly spins, and then it can land on an enemy symbol. And if it lands on the enemy symbol, you fight enemies. It's like, okay, whatever. It can land on a treasure symbol where, like, if it lands on that, I think you get medicine.
Yep.
Which is fine until it's like, I'm out of inventory space. Can I please just continue on? And it goes, it takes you several times.
Plus 10 experience, minus 10 experience,
Right.
and then the question mark.
Right. Yeah, I forgot about the question mark, which gives you a
Dragon seal incense.
right, which is like a reusable healing item,
You can only use in battle. Yeah.
which is cool.
It is cool. It's a good item to have.
Yeah.
So you give it to a character that like Luke, say, who or you could also give it to like Victor or Pawn, because even if you're unbalanced, you can still use items. You just can attack.
Yeah.
And then Luke can always heal instead of, saving your magic spells and things like that.
See, and I kind of like I know, like, okay, clearly, like, by the numbers, physical runes that don't apply the unbalanced status effect are better.
Yeah.
But it forces me to heal, which is nice, because it's like, oh shit, I can't do anything with Pawn because he's unbalanced. I mean, I guess you can use medicine on somebody. Oh yeah, he needed healing.
Yeah.
All right, that worked out.
Because I guess really we're hopping all over the place as far as this first chapter goes.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, you're Tyr McDowell, son of General Tio. You join the army under Tio. You get a mission from the Emperor Barbarossa and his courtesan, Lady Wendy, and you start working for a total shitbag.
You can tell by his portrait.
Yeah, yeah. He's super tropey, like bad guy. Going from town to town until there's an attack that you can't overcome, and your best friend Ted suddenly pulls out this ultimate black magic rune just out of his ass and destroys everything.
I want to talk about that battle where Ted does that too, by the way, because it's one of those battles in a JRPG that you cannot win, right?
Yep.
Like, it's by story, you can't win it. And this battle has fucked me up in Suikoden, because like now every boss battle, because bosses in this game have way too many hit points.
Yep.
I mean, it is just like every battle I'm like, I don't know, man, maybe like 80% through, and I'm like, am I supposed to lose this battle? Am I just wasting resources? Should I back off? And it's like, ooh, I don't know. Cause like all of them have like either that or my weapons are like severely underpowered. I keep them to the max that my blacksmith in the castle can do.
Yeah.
But it's like still, man, I mean, it is like the boss battles are round after round after round.
Yeah.
Which is good, because, I mean, it's a boss battle. It should be big and epic. But at the same time, like, it gets to a point where it's like, oh, am I supposed to lose this?
Am I? Yeah. You know, you're totally right. It is kind of, as a trope, you have to die in RPGs.
Yeah.
I think that's the only instance in this game.
That's good to know. Then I won't worry
can
about
recall
it.
anyway.
Yeah, I can't think of any.
So yeah, don't lose any more boss fights.
All right, you got it, boss.
But when Ted uses his rune, that basically sends a signal flare up to Lady Wendy, who everybody discusses. They don't really like her anyway. She has some weird control over Barbarossa. Well,
it's probably her square hamburgers.
Yeah. People love the meat hanging over the edge.
Yeah,
they love it.
It's good.
So it turns out that Wendy has been hunting Ted down, and Ted's been in hiding and not using his rune, the cursed rune. 27 true runes control how the world works.
27 what?
27 true runes.
True runes. Okay, gotcha.
And all runes come other runes come from those 27 true runes.
So when two true runes love each other.
Yeah.
Very much. Which a true rune...
Go on.
True runes are different in that they're sentient. They choose their users. They have powers and abilities beyond normal runes, and typically they grant whoever wields them, they're immortal. Not invulnerable, but immortal.
They're rare, right?
They're only 27.
There's 27 of them
27.
in the world.
In the world.
How many Cuck E cheese tickets does it take to get one from behind the prize counter?
Way less than it would take to actually buy one.
Wrong.
Or way more.
Wrong. It's 69. What's wrong with you guys? It's a perfect setup. I don't understand.
Just how much does it cost? Your marriage.
Yeah. Also acceptable.
Your marriage and how you view your wife for the rest of your life.
Yeah. It's true. I don't even want to tell you where the tickets come out of.
Oh, and then let's see. And then as Ted is getting taken away, he can't let Wendy get this rune. Like, things would be over if she got this rune. So he very quickly apologizes, but gives it to the main character and says, he's sorry to give him this burden.
You're a problem now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Before Ted disappears.
But he is nice about it. And Ted is like, as Jacob of wolf fighting fame put it when he was watching me play, sweet Ted, I believe is what he referred to him as. Because Ted is very sweet. Ted is like almost unbearably sweet, because I remember when I was playing it, I was like, this Ted guy is way up my ass. Like, he needs to back up a little bit.
That's Gremio's job.
I can't have two male characters up my ass.
I don't need two bottoms. I'm fine. But of course, what I love that in Suikoden 4, what I think is the coolest part of Suikoden 4, which is generally considered the worst of the series, is it's a prequel in which Ted is recruitable.
Is that the subtitle of the game? Suikoden 4. Ted's back.
You can get Ted.
I never played 4.
I did a little bit.
I really enjoyed 1, 2, and 3.
Yep.
Never played 4 though.
4, I enjoyed it up until I got a ship, and then it was just like monotonous. Then they kind of toss out, reasonable random encounter rate. I don't know. This weekend in 4, we're gonna jack that fucker up, and then it's just constant random battle after random battle in just vast blue oceans where you're just sailing from one place to the other. Like, it was awful. Now I want to go back and do it.
Yeah,
because I want to play it, but finding a copy of Suikoden 4 is very difficult.
Oh, really?
I imagine 3 is probably hard too.
Well, 3 is on PlayStation Store. So 1, 2, and 3 you're pretty good for, but 4, 5, and Tactics, yeah.
Unless you want to play it on the PlayStation 4.
Yeah, that's what I got. You can't.
Which is a real
fucking stupid.
I hate that, man. I don't want to emulate this game, but I would rather emulate it than play it on my PS3. Like, I mean, it's just like, I don't want to do it. It sounds like it's going to blow up at any moment. Like, that is the loudest console I own. And it's our YouTube machine in the living room. And my son would literally have a fit if he could not watch Hobby Kids or any other YouTube's fantastic programming.
Oh, Kenna's jam is creepy doll videos.
Oh,
really? There are 4 different.
She loves 2 things: showbiz robots and creepy dolls.
Yeah, I've got quite the daughter. I know. But she loves. It's like Abigail. Basically, there are these 4 YouTube families, and there are families of like 4 or 5, super hokey, playing it up, all self-produced, where they've sort of banded together, and each of them have a creepy or haunted doll given to them by the doll maker. Ted. By Ted. And it's all the doll's controlling them, the doll's ruining their life, they have to take the doll somewhere, it's a creepy, very shoddily put together doll, or an American girl doll that's all white. Kenna just fucking loves these videos, loves them to death, to the point where she wants to play with the very bad acting in the YouTube videos, to where, Daddy, let's play creepy doll. And she'll have a piece of paper. Daddy, I got this note that says, waiting at home is Abigail, a doll we have to take care of? Who would have sent us this? What does it mean? And she looks very confused and shrugs her shoulders. I don't know, Daddy. Could there be a doll at our house?
You're a good dad. You're a good dad.
And I try to do it. I do it as much as I can until I start laughing, and she gets pissed off. Daddy, don't laugh. Start over.
Yeah.
Daddy, I got this note.
I'm a bad dad. I would be like, I'm not doing this. Go ask mom.
I don't know. Should we go home and see? Yeah, I think we should. I hope it doesn't follow us around and make us take it places.
I constantly have to remind Henry that we are not like Ryan. Are you familiar with Ryan?
Oh my God.
On YouTube, and that he can't have 100 motorized cars because we're poor and Ryan is not poor.
Yep. Just give me a pool full of these water beads. Daddy, why don't you have 100 blind bags for me to open?
Suikoden. Ted.
So then the main character.
I have an achievement. Better off Ted. In order to unlock Better Off Ted, all you have to do is your emulated version of the game crashes.
Because now you have to conceal the Soul Eater from Wendy, who's using the full resources of this massive empire to try and get the Soul Eater. So the main hero has no choice but to go underground and join the resistance.
And also, there's no restriction on you using the Soul Eater. You can use it. I don't know what Ted was so afraid of.
Because it's called like the cursed rune that has power over life and death.
Yeah, I was scared to use it.
Yeah.
And it also backfired on me because our boss strategy we were talking about earlier, where it's like save all your rune stuff until you get to a boss and then blast it with runes, backfired on me because I didn't realize the Soul Eater does nothing to bosses.
It's instant death ability, like deadly fingertips or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Right, because it's going to level up.
Some scale. It's later ones do huge damage. Yeah,
I got you. Okay.
Well, I think eventually, like the rune will. I feel like eventually it levels up, and it'll basically
get a new spell.
Your weak stability will fall off, and you'll get a new spell that's even more powerful.
Cool. Great. Because I don't know, man. I feel like the Soul Eater right now is like the worst rune in the game. Because it's like, I don't know, you can just choose an enemy on the battlefield that dies, which is cool, I guess. But it's like when I'm fighting squirrels, it's like it doesn't fucking matter. Victor's going to hit him with a sword and it's going to die.
So yeah, no, it does. It gets better, Dave. It gets better.
Okay, all right. I have high hopes then. Hopefully they won't be crushed.
Oh, let's see. And once you join the resistance, it's all good. They don't trust you at first. You have to prove yourself because they realize, oh, you're T.L. McDowell's son. Fuck off, kid.
Yeah, you're an imperial dog.
Yeah. And of course, like Victor takes you in, which I love. Victor is one of my favorite characters in the entire Suikoden series. He's
kind of like a thief that isn't a thief.
Yeah,
like his class.
He's a strength-based thief.
Yeah, but he is very much like he's a grifter type.
Yeah,
because like he's the one who like traffics you across the border.
Come on, little boy.
Right.
Yeah, because it's Victor and then Flick of the Blue Lightning, which he's your lawful good straight, doesn't really trust you, but he'll go with what Odessa says.
Probably the most anime character
absolutely
in the game.
Absolutely.
The fact that he calls himself the Blue Lightning is like, it's an
he wears all blue. And,
He will only continue to tsundere further.
Yes, right? Because it's Konami, I wonder if it's like, he kind of reminds me of Richter a little bit in the way he looks.
So he reminded me of Kakashi. But he even looks more Kakashi in 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Does he wear like a thing over his eye or something?
Well, he's got a blue bandana. He's got kind of Kakashi hair.
I got you.
Yeah.
Always putting his fingers in
lightning
kids'
abilities, putting his finger in kids' butts.
What's that called? That Japanese
1,000
prank?
years of death.
That's like a real thing. That's like a real thing. Right? We've talked about that on the show.
Yeah, we've all put our finger in kids' butts. Yes, it's a real thing.
No. The prank thing where you do like, here's the church, here's the steeple, and then like you ram those fingers up someone's butt.
Sexual assault of 1,000 people.
Now,
boom.
Don't worry, I'll halt this podcast so I can Google what this thing is called.
Then there's Humphrey, who is.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Dave. Do you need somebody to talk to? Did this happen to you?
I'm talking right now. I'll show you on the creepy doll where the Japanese man touched me.
Because then you've got Humphrey, who is super strong tank, very
Love
slow,
Humphrey.
but he is totally silent. Yeah,
He's the
I love
silent
Humphrey.
Bob. He's the silent Bob of this
Yeah,
game because he only talks when it's something
Yo.
like, it's like really important. Because like I remember when Flick shows up later, his main dudes are Sanchez, who totally looks like if Ellen DeGeneres was one of the rebels on Hoth. And then you have Humphrey, who is like there to be silent for the entire game until he tells you something important about Flick.
Yep.
It's like, oh, okay, it's real.
Because I very much base my D&D character Dacron off of Humphrey, who just carries the biggest sword in the game and is very silent. He's Teddy Roosevelt anime. He's just-
Which is an anime I'd watch.
Hell yeah.
and we'll call that Teddy Roosevelt anime.
Concho. It's called Concho. That's what Kakashi does. It's usually things that kids do to each other, but Kakashi is a pedophile, so he does it to kids.
There is a weird thing on
It's a common
recent episode
prank.
of Boruto, which I thought was weird. that Kakashi does that is kind of weirdly pedophilic and kind of weird, but
Yeah.
Let's see who else, and then Odessa the leader. Then spoilers: as you're doing missions, the Empire eventually finds you, and
I found Concho strategy and tips. If you guys,
Perfect.
if I could interrupt this Suikoden podcast,
you may make it better.
it's called Concho Survival Guide or How to Defend Your Butt from Japanese Children. There will be a link in the show notes.
Some kind of chastity belt for your butthole.
It's just like an eye patch, but it's an eye patch thong that just fits over your butthole.
There is a YouTube video embedded on this page entitled Santa and the Japanese Concho. So that's probably not going to go well.
Oh.
Okay, so Japan has brought us concho for adults or for kids, and for adults there's sharking, which was that people randomly running up and coming on people.
Or tearing clothes off.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry, you were saying
But don't show me that fucking pubic hair.
No. Please pixel mosaic that out. It's gross.
But spoilers again. The Empire finds you, and Odessa ends up dying, and wills that Tyr McDowell take over in her stead, which everyone witnesses. And Flick gets pissed off. Flick leaves, but Victor's like, "Hey, it's what Odessa wanted. That's what we're gonna do."
Which I was bummed out because up to that point, Odessa was my waifu. And I mean, everyone else was just an absolute, just a plain girl. Plain girl. And then you meet Odessa, who is brilliant, radiantly beautiful. And then, you dump her dead body in the sewer.
Yeah, and pregnant. So yeah, double whammy.
Yeah. That I haven't found that out yet.
No,
I'm a-
spoiler. I didn't know.
fine.
I didn't know if you had yet.
It's fine. What I learned through chat is that Flick really loves her, so I'm assuming that's
She's carrying
that's
Flick's child,
their
dies. Flick, he can't handle it. He leaves, understandably.
Yeah, I guess that does make sense.
Yep. And then what? Have you had Flick in your party at all?
No.
No. Okay.
No, not yet.
Then I won't spoil anything.
All right. Okay. I have not had the blue lightning in my party yet.
So say then from that you go and find your castle, build recruits, and then going town to town, do mission for mission, trying to unite people, build up. You find the elves, you find the dwarves, which leads up to once that
Kobolds.
The kobolds.
leading up until the first of the 5 great or the 6 great generals.
I think there's 5, but I am not the expert.
I was thinking 5, yeah.
T.O. McDowell, Kwanda Rossman,
K. Wanda Rosman.
K. Wanda Rossman,
Yes.
Chasm Hazel, Milich Oppenheimer,
The third. That's Steinheim Ryan.
Steinheim Rallbach the
Reinbach
third. Then there's the Shahrazad, the girl,
The Lizard Man.
the lizard man.
And then I
That
guess
might be at 5.
and then
Okay.
Wendy.
Well, Wendy's she's the court magician or
Gotcha.
whatever.
So she's not an actual general.
Yeah. But of course, Suikoden 5 is the prequel to where
You play as Ted.
I believe Barbarossa's in it, and it's all about their rebellion that led into that kingdom.
I got you.
So,
Okay.
but yeah, leading up until you interfere with the conflict between the elves and the dwarves, K. Wanda Rossman comes
Wanda
in
Rossman.
with like this evil artifact that burns down the entire elven village.
Which is essentially a giant mirror that's on top of his castle.
Just lasered him. Yeah.
Right?
So then once you unite the elves and the dwarves, then you have enough troops to actually go to war.
Yeah, because
with
they
one of
hate
the great
each other
generals.
for no reason.
Yeah, for no reason at
Like,
all.
no
Even the dwarves,
Never
we don't
trusted
remember
them.
why. We just don't.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Once they come together, then you storm. That was, Dave, your first war experience.
Yeah, it sucked miserably. Yeah, it was a bad experience.
And then afterward, and every one of them plays out like this. You'll go to war, defeat the forces, and then send a smaller strike team to go take out the general.
And then that seemed like a duel to me. Like when I got to K1 to Rosman, it was a one-on-one, like Tyr versus K1 to Rosman.
Yep.
And that's just more paper, rock, scissors, which kind of sucked.
You have a little more hint because they say
Right.
you have to decipher. Well, okay, by that scream in all caps, they're probably going to do
They're
a
gonna
desperate attack.
Yeah, they start talking like I love Stan Lee, did wonderful things, but dialogue was not like his strong point. Like where he's saying, like a character will be like, "I'll punch you." Like, I mean, that's essentially like the duels and
Oh man, better take it easy.
yeah, right. Yeah. Those are also weird too, because it's like it's paper, rock, scissors, but they kind of ran out of things because it's like attack, defend, desperate attack. It could have been like, I don't know, like faint.
Yeah.
Nah, pretty desperate. So it's like that's when it gets tough because it's like he'll say something like, "Rah!" It's like, okay, he's definitely gonna attack. But is that a desperate attack?
Desperate attack or attack?
Attack, yeah.
Because if he desperate attacks, you have to defend. It'll miss, and you get a counterattack. If they defend, then you just regular attack or also defend. And then, but if they're attacking, then you use desperate attack and you hit them for like half their health bar.
Right. I mean, what I'll say about the duels is it looked really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, because it squares off isometric.
Yeah, and it does that thing where like, you know, Sony wanted all their games to have 3D elements because that was like a big selling point of that console.
Mm-hmm.
So it like does this whole thing where it's like Tyr and then K1 to Rosman, and then they're on this 3-dimensional floor that spins around. And I mean, some of the spell effects are 3D too. So it looks nice. I like that.
So they had to change that, all the 3D effects quite a bit for the Sega Saturn release of
Really?
Suikoden, because it doesn't have the 3D
Didn't push
capabilities
it.
the PlayStation
Yeah.
does. So
Kind of similar to what happened with Symphony of the Night.
yeah.
Where
yeah,
it's like, yeah, a lot of that is kind of like dumbed down from the PlayStation version.
Yep. And because you beat K1 to Rossman, and then what did you do?
I didn't kill him because you told me not to kill anybody.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he yells in pain as you see a black rune like melt off his arm.
Right.
Then he's very confused.
Yeah, he starts saying like, honestly, like even if you hadn't told me to not kill him, I probably wouldn't have, because he starts like, he's very addled. And he starts saying things like, he like even like references himself in the third person. And it's like, all right, yeah, something's wrong. Something's
Yeah.
weird here.
Well, like I didn't tell.
K1 to Rosman's getting upset.
I didn't tell. I forgot to tell James Livingston that, and I said, "What'd you do?" He's like, "I killed that asshole. He killed all the elves. Fuck him."
Yeah, he did commit genocide.
Yep.
We probably, we didn't like really dial in on that. When he burned down the forest, he committed genocide.
But he's probably the easiest one to spare though, because there's one that it was everything in me not to fucking kill him. Because there's
Really?
one that does some heinous shit later on.
Okay.
But you can't get all 108
Yeah.
stars if you kill them. So
Yeah.
All right, I'm not killing him then, because this is a goddamn video game.
Yep. But K1 to Rossman is actually a really good character.
Really?
His defense is through the fucking roof.
Because he joined,
Yeah.
once I didn't kill him, he joined. And
Then he
like,
realizes, Wendy put that black rune on him, was controlling him.
Exactly.
So, yeah, he joins you, and eventually all the generals will join you and have a very cool unite attack.
Even General Leo.
Even General Leo.
Yeah, that's pretty much where I am in the story. That didn't take long to get
All
there.
right.
It took me 12 hours, but it took you about 12 minutes.
Well, we're an hour and 10 minutes into the
you had
show.
some interruptions with the, crashes.
Yeah, that's true. I thought you were talking about interruptions in the podcast with Concho and Cuck E cheese.
Duck gods.
I'd say those were good interruptions.
I wouldn't consider them interruptions.
Geronimo Fats.
Additions. They're
Yeah.
additions.
Yeah, they were all, I think,
They're the
necessary.
salt that
Side-
flavors this
They're the
bland video game podcast.
They're the side quest of our podcast here.
I'm all about it. I prefer the side quests sometimes.
Because, man, Skyrim side quests. Son of a bitch. There's so
right,
many.
yeah.
I'm just trying to
new
mow.
Skyrim. So.
Yeah, I'm just trying to mow through my miscellaneous ones. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah, I didn't finish Skyrim, but I played the shit out of Oblivion. The reason I didn't finish Skyrim...
They reference Oblivion a lot in Skyrim.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. I guess from like a story standpoint, because what happened in Oblivion is a pretty fucking big deal. Mm-hmm. But it's one of those where it's like Skyrim is one of those games where it's like, oh man, this is like Oblivion, but I don't have as much time as I used to.
Yeah.
So that kind of sucks.
That's hitting me now because I'll play a game like Skyrim and
welcome to fatherhood, Josh.
Yeah. But I'll go and I'm like, okay, I'm in the starting town. I've got 8 quests. One of those is to go to the next town over. I'll go do that one. And then on the way, I get 3 more quests before I even get there. As soon as I walk through into the new town, I get at least 2 more, in that intro. And then I see like little quest markers all over people, all in that new town. So it's just it gets overwhelming, and
it's a young man's game.
Yeah, exactly. My attitude before was, wow, look at all this stuff to do. My attitude now is, ain't nobody got time for that.
You have to play through you played through Cauldron at first. When you played Ramon's Cauldron game, and it was just like, oh yeah, there's a bunch of dudes in this town, isn't there? Well, we gotta save those kids. Fuck it. Fuck everything else. Run through, strike force.
Yeah.
Get to the boss, kill them, save the kids.
Right.
Meanwhile, when I ran Cauldron, you guys just the kids are there, but we need to research this thoroughly for 10 sessions.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the beauty of D&D. It's I think unless the DM is willing to kill those kids and derail the story, you know what I mean?
That I have 20 more magazines to go through, but derail it now.
Yeah, exactly. At the beginning of the game. Yeah. So it's kind of one of those where it's time is a weird resource in Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. Do we have downtime? Sure, I'm going to craft a bunch of powerful items. Okay, no more downtime. Because Zach let him play an artificer in that game, and he wrecked the power balance in Cauldron by being able to make items.
Yeah,
Zach in one of the games, I think you were DMing this one, Tyler. One of the other games we played with Zach, that he wanted to do this trade mini game quest.
Yeah.
He had a list of the buy and sell prices of all these just mundane items.
He wanted to play Drug Wars essentially inside D&D.
If I can okay, so I buy salt. This is near a salt mine. So what? Salt's probably less expensive here, right? Sure. All right. Well, I'm gonna go play someplace where there's far away from a salt mine. Sell all this salt here for 3 silver a piece instead of 1. You can just Avenger make a lot more money than I promise.
This is D&D.
This is a cool concept. I applaud you for it, but it's way too much shit.
It's a bookkeeping nightmare
for 4 other people who are just wanting to smash shit.
And solve the occasional riddle. Just mainly smash shit.
Yeah, we live that to Miller.
Yeah.
Miller, who will sleep until it's turned to attack.
He'll just, I swear, he would sleep until we were asked a riddle. And he would wake up in the middle of the riddle being told and just know the answer. Yeah.
Oh, that's 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Keep trying, motherfucker. You got a gift for fucking riddles, man.
I remember, I think, Josh, it was your game, right? Where Zach was playing a character that had a pack horse with
Oh yeah, he had a
Alchemist
pack horse.
fire.
He had kegs of Alchemist fire. So his horse was carrying around bombs.
Right.
Just ready to be blown up bombs, yeah.
And then you called me and who else was it? I get
Ramon.
Ramon, that's right. It was me and old fashioned Ramon. You came in, you called us in to play villainous NPCs, and I took much delight in putting an arrow right in that fucking horse's back.
Yep. Zach's character, who was a mute. Well, not mute. He refused to speak. Zach only communicated by writing on index cards, which again, nice in theory, trying to play with a bunch of other people does not really work. And he had just started to talk because he was getting frustrated with having to write everything down. As soon as he started to talk, you blew up his horse. And then as he's laying there at 1 hit point, he just writes, "I'll never speak again" on his note cards.
Oh man, that was a good time for me.
Oh, when you killed me too with your construct bane arrows.
I don't remember that. Oh, that's right. Because like Josh essentially like at one point, I think you looked at me and Ramon and you were like, you motioned to like,
like
don't kill the party.
Because you told them Tyler's character's probably going to kill all of you guys.
Right. So like we like really worked our
geared up
characters
to beat me.
Yeah.
It was
Yes,
it was tough for that character of yours. It was tough for me because I would make fights that I intended for you guys to lose, and you would decimate it in the first round.
It's bards, man.
That's the problem with.
I had a two-handed heavy hitter critical build, and then plus Meg having a bard with insane additions that we would just demolish shit.
I think that's the problem with that edition of D&D is that if you go beyond the core,
3.5.
yeah, I think it was 3.5.
With all the like
all the splats,
books, yeah.
too much. Like it's impossible to balance. Like because
Book of Exalted Deeds is the one that Book of Exalted Deeds and Book of Nine Swords break 3.5 wide open.
I mean, I would argue that you can find at least one thing in most splats where it's like, oh, it's game breaking. I mean, and maybe not game breaking, but party breaking. It's like, I don't know, man. You got someone who's like, well, I just want to play a barbarian. And then you've got somebody who's like, I own all the splats. And I'm just going to,
Blake, who would spend hours, nights trolling forums, finding the perfect build.
Fuck yeah, I would do that too at work. Like when I was working at the newspaper, it's like, well, all my projects are done. Time to pull up the Giant in the Playground forums and see what kind of crazy ass build I can make.
I'd never seen a character more broken than Blake's character, Ender, the Goliath Barbarian, Frenzied Berserker, Warblade.
Was it like Ender, like XEXND?
Yep. XX3ND3 or XXX.
420 Ender X 69.
Oh, because I couldn't. Basically, it was either he kills any enemy or any boss, or I take him out of the game, let everybody else play. It was just how it was.
Yeah.
It's like the Justice League and like Superman. Like Superman goes off to fight like some other supervillain, and then the Justice League like takes
Blake
care
was
of
Superman in the Teen Titans. Is how it works. But hey, you want to take some calls since we're caught up to where you are?
Yeah, that sounds good. And by next episode, I'll probably have like at least another 5 hours in the game.
Sounds
so
good.
we can just ride this out forever. Hey, listener, did you like this? Let us know. If you did, I'll just spend the next month playing Suikoden, and we can just keep doing this.
What is it? About a 30-hour game, so we can.
It's like 20 hours.
It's taking me a long time.
We can squeeze another 4 episodes out of it.
I know. Hey, I'm down.
Easy. We can do that easy.
Hey, then you want to Suikoden 2? Make that like 10 episodes. I'm good. 4 episodes over just a cooking minigame. So it's fine.
Suikoden 2 did have a really good cooking minigame.
It's like Iron Chef, right?
Yeah.
Set up like that. Yeah. Question about Suikoden 1. I recruited Antonio the chef. Why? Does he do anything ever?
He can equip a shield.
That's it, huh?
He feeds your army.
Does he though?
Dave, he feeds your army.
I haven't seen that once. Well, every time I
It's
talk
behind the scenes.
every time I talk to him, he's like, I'm going to cook something great. Prove it, motherfucker. I spent time recruiting your ass. Granted, it wasn't very hard. You were just standing there, and I was like, would you like to cook in my castle? And you were like, yes.
Maurice said to get you. Come on.
Right? Yeah, exactly. All right, here we go. This is our first call. This is from 413.
Man, I gotta say that every time the phone rings like 4 or 5 times and it ends with fucking TADPOG, really gets my heart pumping, makes me kind of happy. What's up, boys?
Hey, Sean.
It's Sean from over at Nerdy Thursday, or Flat Brother, or, whatever. I don't know if you guys have ever really talked about this on a phone call, but I'm kind of curious.
If he talks about Cuck E cheese, I just want to let everybody know that
Everybody knows about Cuck E cheese.
I hadn't listened to this voicemail prior, but now if he does say something about Cuck E cheese, that'd be pretty great.
What kind of music are you guys really into? Has it changed drastically through the years? Have you always kind of been into
video game music? I can answer that.
Yeah, does the Final Fantasy VI soundtrack apply?
I was listening to relaxing Breath of the Wild piano music in the shower this morning. Video game music.
Imagining yourself in the most beautiful post-apocalyptic world imaginable.
Style. What kind of music do you not like?
Everything else.
I'm just curious.
Steely Dan. Which I learned a lot about Steely Dan since last episode. Apparently, everyone knows about Steely Dan, but you and me, Tyler, maybe Josh. All right, Josh is on our side. All the inside boys have no idea who Steely Dan is.
Jacob's probably going to ruin that, though, when Jacob comes on for a Suikoden.
Oh, yeah?
He probably
Big
knows something
Steely
about
Dan
Steely
fan?
Dan.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I listened to some Steely Dan after that. Not my thing. I appreciate that their band is named after a dildo, but the music, it was just kind of like, yeah, okay. So anyway, sorry, Steely Dan fans. I tried.
Seen a lot of shows in the past year and got me thinking. I want to know. Please tell me. Later, boys. Love you.
Love you too, Sean. Thanks for calling.
What kind of music do we not like? I hate reggae. I cannot stand reggae.
Why?
I hate it.
Yeah.
It's too upbeat and happy, and I don't like it.
You just haven't lived an impoverished enough life.
Right, exactly.
I get it. I understand.
Because I used to, when I worked in D.C., I worked with a guy who, admittedly, he had emotional problems, and he loved reggae because it helped even him out. So he just constantly in the kitchen played reggae.
Hey, man.
And I couldn't really argue. Like, well, okay, you need this, so I can't argue with you, but fuck, I hate this.
Please stop bringing your steel drums to work.
I don't think I really have one genre that I don't like. I mean, there are bad songs
Gospel?
in every genre. Yeah. Actually, jazz probably.
Jazz?
I don't really like jazz.
What about Cowboy Bebop?
Yeah. I don't know.
Really? Wow.
Cowboy Bebop's got, objectively, it's good music.
And it's not really jazz, to be honest. I mean,
Jazz bop.
It's like jazz-like.
Yeah.
Genre that I don't like. I mean, I hate to be that guy, but it's like
Country.
I don't like country, and it's like unless it's like Johnny Cash, which like at some point Johnny Cash isn't country. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't see. I like some country, like the older country. I think is fine.
Yeah.
The
We're
newer like pop country. No.
I feel like I'm saying a very basic thing, and you are agreeing with that. But it's the truth for me. Like I remember when I was a kid and we would go on so many road trips because I had family that lived farther south. They lived like 6 or 5 hours away, and we would go visit them for major holidays and family reunions and stuff like that, which is fine. I enjoyed that as a kid. What I did not enjoy was the 10-hour round trip of like listening to all that great late 80s country. Where it's just like it's the worst, and it really ruined country for me. Like even to this day, like when I hear some modern country, and I'm like, clearly this isn't as bad as the music that I was forced to listen to, but it's still just kind of like, oh, I can't.
Oh, well, there's some like Jolene. I love the song Jolene, Dolly Parton.
Yeah. Of course.
So there's some country like I've gotten a lot more acclimated to it because Melissa loves it and the girls love it.
Right.
But they like country that I can actually listen to. None of it like bugs me.
And I think that honestly like has a lot to do like with personal tastes in general. Is like what if you can link it to like a good memory. Mm-hmm. Like country to me is linked to a bad memory.
Yeah,
where it's like I just remember being miserable. Like, really, we're gonna listen to this again? Billy Ray Cyrus again? All right, okay. Well, I'm a child.
I need a Billy Ray Cyrus for my generation. Why can't that come out? What, he has a daughter? Which Miley Cyrus's cover of Jolene is also very, very good.
I haven't heard it. I mean, Jolene's just a good song.
She can sing. She can sing
yeah,
really well.
sure. Of course she can. She's just, I don't know, just kind of annoying, I think. That's my take on Miley. But I'm sure if I were like, I don't know, 10 years younger, where I would watch the show that she was on. What was that called? Hannah Montana. Yeah. I'm sure like if I were younger and I had watched that, I'd probably be like, yeah, I can get in this Miley Cyrus thing. But instead, I'm an old man who can't play Skyrim. So, any music that you particularly are into other than video game soundtracks?
Anything I can wage epic battle to in D&D.
Yeah.
That is pretty much, if I could listen to it and plan a big boss battle in my head, I like it. So a lot of rock, and of course I love Weezer. Weezer is like the one thing that is my exception. Is that Blue and Pinkerton.
Yeah, like
any other Weezer.
Much like country, old Weezer I like.
Yeah. There's some like Ratitude. fucking hate, but like Blue and Pinkerton and Weezer, I fucking love.
Have
I
you
adore
heard
those two.
They're
Green, I like too. So some are Red.
Have you? Yeah, Red was okay, I guess. Have you listened to their '80s cover album?
That's Ratitude, isn't it?
No,
No, I haven't heard that.
They have an album that's just all '80s covers.
That's like Toto and stuff.
Yeah,
I know. I've heard Africa. Yeah.
It's pretty disappointing.
Yeah.
It's not that it's bad. It's just Nikki and I we listened to it, and it was like, that wasn't a bad album, but what it sounded like was Weezer.
We got to put something out real quick. What can we do?
Well, I feel like if you're going to do a cover of a song, it has to be objectively better than that song, and I don't think they were.
They weren't.
No.
Yeah, I agree. It was very much like, this is the song.
Yeah.
And like every song I'm expecting like expecting like a real good like guitar thing, and it doesn't happen. And it's like, all right, but they do like all the synth and stuff, and it's worse than the original synth.
Like Cake did I Will Survive.
Right, sure.
And they put their own Cake spin on it,
exactly.
and it was really good. It's
great.
My favorite version of I Will Survive.
I did it at the TADPOG prom karaoke.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they had it in there.
Is there a video of that?
I doubt it. Some video.
Melissa sent me some, but I don't think that's on it.
Edgelord Kyle was the one who got all the attention at karaoke because he was working the floor like a televangelist. I mean, like, just like that man can move. That man can entertain. Yeah.
Any other call?
Yeah, let's do it.
Thank you, Sean.
Yes.
Thank you, Sean.
Sean of Nerdy Thursday. Check out Nerdy Thursday, guys. All right, here we go. Next call coming from 315. Also, I'm sorry your heart doesn't get pumping anymore because when you call us, it no longer says motherfucking Tadpog. It just says the Google voicemail subscriber is not available or something like that.
Hello?
Hi.
I thought somebody was going to pick up for sure this time. Anyway, motherfucking Tadpog. It is Mason calling again. Long time, I'm sure. I know you guys missed me. I did make it through the night after my last drunken phone call. I believe I was pretty drunk on that one. Anyway, hopefully it was funny. I don't know. I don't remember it.
Your lean pocket is done. Was that it? That's been a long ass time ago.
It was a really long time ago.
And I don't even know. I can't remember if it was a lean pocket or a hot pocket.
Anyway,
I prefer the lean pocket. I think the lean pocket's good.
I like a good lean pocket.
Yeah, get a little chicken and broccoli business going on.
It's also what I call a tight vagina.
Yeah,
lean
nice lean pocket.
I just listened to an episode, and you guys were bitching about, hey, stop talking about fucking Adam. You guys need to call. And I figured I would take the opportunity to vent about a recent change in my life.
Okay. All right.
Sort of a PSA/vent. And my message is, don't ever get a puppy. Holy shit.
I don't know.
I got a puppy last month because I was thinking about getting a dog, and I found a stray in the middle of the night. And you can't do anything with a stray in the middle of the night unless it's injured, and it wasn't injured, so the animal hospital wouldn't take it. So I took it home with me.
You could have fixed that. That is what I like to call a fixable problem.
You got a kitchen knife, don't you? Think out of the box, Mason.
Yeah. Oh, you want to take this dog? Be right back.
Yeah, just right there in front of them. It's not injured. Oh, it's not.
And long story short, the owners found it in like 2 hours. I brought it back. And then I was just a 12-year-old that had to have a dog.
I gotcha. I was hoping it was going to go to a different place where like, never mind, you can have it. Oh, you found our dog. Finders keepers, I guess. Good luck. That is a bad dog.
And instead of going to the shelters, which are just all pit bulls, and anyway, went to a private seller. I got a puppy. Wow, a puppy. I've never had a puppy before. I thought it'd be great. Have you guys, it's a conversation topic, I guess. Have you guys ever had a puppy?
Yep.
Yes. I've had 2 puppies. Ein and Clementine.
Not since I was in the 3rd grade in this house.
That's when you got Primer?
That's when I got Primer.
Yeah.
Yep.
I had Shaq. And now
your parents literally brought Shaq over to your Shaquille O'Neal to your house.
What's this place here?
Here's your $20, Shaquille O'Neal.
and now I have Max, a little Yorkie.
Mm-hmm. You got 2 cats though?
I 2 cats, yeah, but we're talking about puppies, Tyler.
As the only person here who is not a dog person.
I'm Ambi. I like dogs.
That's true.
I like dogs
That's
and
true.
cats.
Yeah, I like both.
cats are easier to take care of, but require a lot more cleanup, I think, because cats puke all the time.
That's true.
All the time.
They'll shit in a box of rocks, but they'll puke everywhere.
Yes, and they will hide it, which makes it the worst because it is very much like I'll step out of the bedroom and be like, oh God, where is it? And then I'm moving furniture around and it's like, there it is. What I've discovered is if you don't find it and you have hardwood floors, it ain't good for your hardwood floors. It will 100% stain it.
Nope, I got all hardwood floors. But luckily, my cat usually throws up on the rug, or in the case of the other night, at like 3 o'clock in the morning, I hear, and I just like
Let
wake
Nicole
up.
quit it.
Yeah.
Submit.
Relax your throat. I told you this.
At my
Your butthole is so squeaky. I'm going in dry.
I don't remember what I was going to say.
Yeah, you're
All
done.
right, we're done.
You're done. All right, continuing the call.
I'm sorry, Josh.
And how much did you hate that puppy?
All right, how much did we hate that puppy? How much did you hate Primer, Tyler?
Well, as a kid, I didn't have to do that much
Right,
for a puppy.
was not your problem.
So I loved a puppy. As an adult, when we had a puppy for a brief time, we were sitting over here. It was terrible.
Yeah.
So the girls were all like, "Oh, we want a puppy. Oh, we don't like this." But like a week afterward, like, I think we should probably try a puppy again. It's like, come on.
No, I had whenever I had Shaq, I was much younger. So yeah, I didn't have to.
Well, Shaq was mostly outdoors, so
Yeah, he
just-
was an outdoor dog.
He
so-
would have.
love
He
you
would
had a
have wrecked
dog
your
named
fucking
Shaq.
house.
Yeah. But it was, I mean, pretty well shared responsibility from all of us. So
Yeah.
it wasn't, I mean, I like fed him once a day or something like that.
Yeah, you had that. I remember that giant, like, pewter pie tin you would fill up and take out to him.
He was a big dog. But,
I see why you named him Shaq.
No, Max, on the other hand, we got shortly after Nicole and I got married.
Very small dog.
Yeah, very small
Very
dog. He would do shit like, I remember we had a couch in the middle of our living room, and he would do shit like just bark at us, and we would try to chase him to grab him, and he would just run around the couch, and like he was too fast for us. He would just evade us. Like if we cornered him, he would always like slip by us somehow, and at the time it was very frustrating. Like we were running late for something, we had to like take him to the vet or the groomer or something like that, and he wouldn't let us catch it. But now, like looking back on that, I feel fondly of it. It's, those were good times. So no, I recommend puppies. I like puppies. We don't deserve dogs, guys. Dogs are good.
I had a turtle named MC. If it makes you feel any better, he was named after MC Hammer.
Was he one of the Hammer brothers?
No, I was not that clever. Still not, because I didn't even go there. But I like that. When Ein was a puppy, it was great because I lived in an apartment, and when he chewed a carpet off the stairs, it was more like, ha ha ha! What a dog!
We lost his deposit anyway, so
Yep,
go
exactly.
nuts.
Yep.
You're, any renters out there, you're not gonna get your deposit.
No, so just let your dog do whatever you want. I mean, really. Sorry, landlords.
I'll just leave this Snicker bar in the trash can. There you go. I remember you doing that and then having to bring a hose into your house to wash out the diarrhea.
Yeah, when he got a hold of it.
Yeah.
It was actually Nikki's apartment. Yeah. Bonus. And it was, there was also a time where I think I probably told this on the show before.
The sugar.
With the sugar after Brandon, we had the 80s party and Pour Some Sugar on Me came on and Brandon ran out. It was a huge party. I'm amazed that we had a party that big, honestly. I shouldn't be amazed because Brandon is like king charisma, but it is like, that was a party where people were in our place that I didn't know. And it's just like, oh, this is like a party.
You also lived in the party neighborhood.
It is true.
Yeah.
It is true. But it was one of those where it's like, oh, this is like a movie party. Like this is a party you would see in a college movie.
Except for Jacob, who I remember was the 80s party, dressed like your favorite 80s character. Didn't stipulate what century, so he came as an 1880s shopkeep.
No, he would have been in the 80s movie too. He'd just been
He's the hipster.
I see you have a contrarian friend as well. But I remember the worst was, and I'm sure I've told this on the show before, but when Ein ate a box of toothpicks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then for the next,
played Lakitu.
Yeah. Yeah. Got those spinies everywhere. Yeah, I felt bad for him. That was a rough time. That was one where it's like, we might have to go to the vet, buddy. Because this might. Fortunately, they got all soft on his insides. So when they came out.
Did you learn a lesson?
Right. He did not. What I've learned about dogs, they don't learn a lesson. They just don't learn a lesson. And then Clementine has just been, she's been okay.
Yeah.
She's just her big thing has just been not biting, but just using her mouth, and it's it's regular puppy shit where it's just you just got to break him with that.
Because, I love this little guy and I'm responsible for him and I don't want to mess him up.
What's his name?
But I hate him. Anyway, by the time you guys listen to this, he'll probably be either fully grown or
you're gonna have to put him down. It's gonna be that long.
Old age, or
right?
Because he finally got to my PS4. One of those things. Anyway, I'm probably gonna get cut off here. But anyway, yeah, just I guess, have you guys had a puppy? And was it a terrible experience? Mine's a border collie, which is apparently just fucking terrible.
That's a super energetic breed.
Yeah, they're high energy for sure.
That's why I've said I will never get a lab ever. I've seen labs just destroy shit because you have to.
They need a lot of exercise.
Yeah, you got to get out there and work with them.
Clementine's getting fat, and I love it because it's I call her my tater tot because it's she just and what's crazy because my coworker got Clementine's brother. She named him Maverick, and she brought Maverick over to work one day, and I was like, our dogs look entirely different. Her dog is all he looks like a goddamn statue. He's muscular. I pet him and it was oh God, this dog is fucking strong. And then I go home to Clementine and it's I rub her fur and it's just layer of fat just jiggles around her body. And it's you're a good girl. Yeah. You're a good girl. You're my good fat girl.
Thick with two C's.
Let's not get too weird.
Yeah, you thick dog.
Thick girl.
Yeah. You want to be a wiener dog? Thick dog.
Clem, you dummy thick.
No. Let's rewind this back. We were talking about gorillas fucking our wives.
Not our wives, you monster. Other people's wives. Don't you put that evil on me, Josh Nance.
I can handle a good cuckolding. Okay? I'm not one of those pussies.
Fast Geronimo want to come to my house? Forget about it. You want to take another call?
Yeah, let's take one more.
All right. This is from 315. I think it's Mason again. Maybe call him back to let us know what his dog's name is.
Hey, guys. It's Mason.
Hey, Mason.
I just call right back after that last message. Did I end that message by saying peace out?
We can review the tape. We were kind of talking over you.
I don't think so. I don't remember that.
You want to? I wasn't. We were talking. Do you want me? We can play it back. Find out real quick.
No.
Okay. All right. All right. We'll just roll on.
Am I the link?
I hope his dog's name is Peace Out.
Kid from 1999. Holy shit. Yeah. Wow. I'm really sorry about that, guys.
It's okay.
Please, if you can censor that.
No.
Do it. Although you're probably listening to this message 8 weeks later.
Also.
Yeah, well, let's go with that. That's why I'm not going to censor it out. It has absolutely nothing to do with how lazy I am. Also, the fact that I didn't change the show art from Suikoden Part 1 to Part 2 also has nothing to do with how lazy I am.
I've been bashed on the Facebook page for, hating puppies and threatening to kill mine. Anyway, I'm just really sorry about the how I ended that last call. That was really lame.
It'll be all right.
Anyway, bye, guys.
Peace out.
Bye.
Peace out. Josh had a dog named Shaq. I had a turtle named MC. You can say peace out. I feel like you get a pass.
I'll say one more.
You want to take one more?
Yeah.
All right. One more call. That was a shorty. All right. 562.
Hi, TADPOG. It's me, Terrified Michelle.
Hey, Terrified Michelle.
As you know very well, I've been going through the backlogs of episodes. So here's my commentary on that real quick.
It stinks. All right, next call. I won't edit out Mason's peace out, but I will edit in the critic saying it stinks right there. So that was just my personal note for everybody.
I know this is going to to tell people are not going to agree with this, and I'm going to get some hate, but whatever. I think In-N-Out is overrated. I don't really like it. I like McDonald's much better. Call me crazy. That's fine.
Crazy.
Arby's is weird and gross. I don't know why it tastes kind of sweet. I don't know if that's
Agreed.
a California thing or just across the board, but why is
I like
my
Arby's.
sandwich of roast beef sweet? It should
I'm
not
so
be
sick
your
of
lip.
Arby's. It's the closest thing to where I work.
That's
So I got
explainable.
real burned out on it.
Yeah.
I probably haven't been to it in a year now.
You're kind of close to Firehouse Subs, man. You need to hit up Firehouse Subs.
I've never been to Firehouse.
Oh, come out on a Monday, Firehouse Monday. Me and Firehouse Chris go out there every Monday. Yeah, we'll show you a good time.
Bring your wife.
Like, I know what's in there to make it sweet, and I don't, so it bothers me.
Probably sugar.
Corn syrup.
I listened to all the episodes with the Trials of Reddit. I did not throw up. I actually listened to your podcast while I'm at work with my headphones in, and as you know, I embalm people, so most of it wasn't going to make me throw up anyway.
Yeah.
So we're definitely cringeworthy moments. Usually the Jolly Rancher one, definitely fake. I don't think that's possible. Who sticks a Jolly Rancher in their mouth while they're getting oral? Even if it's gross. You're just
Are you okay? You all right?
I was trying to hear her clearly.
Yeah, well, is she embalming somebody right now? Did like a spurt of fluid like just shoot up?
Hey Siri, call Tadpog.
You're just gonna be like, I can't. I'm sorry. You're gonna stop. You're gonna move on to something else. You're not gonna put a Jolly Rancher in your mouth, and you're not gonna dig it back out and put it back in your mouth. That's stuff.
Is that a challenge?
I mean, I can see that happen.
Sounds like you're not a very good pussy rancher, is what I'm hearing, Michelle.
Pussy Rancher, the sequel to Monster Rancher. You put your porn DVDs in your PlayStation, and it generates monsters based on those DVDs.
So I'm going to need you to get permission from Janie first, but you need to go out and pussy ranch and let us know how that goes.
Yeah, I like that. That's like a UO profession. Wow, my skill in Pussy Rancher has increased by 0.01.
Apprentice pussy rancher.
The Dreadlord Pussy Rancher.
You have lost karma.
Sorry, Maggot Girl also seems fake. She describes maggots wrong.
It's totally fake.
The whole thing with the dumpster, I also think, yeah, why is the dumpster so large? Unless she's a tiny midget, like you said. The dog story could very well be true. I've known people to do that. Very sad. If it is true, hope it's fake.
Wait, you've known people to do that? That was a story about...
The what story? The
The
dogs?
dog story?
You know people to rape dogs with brushes and... okay.
You talking
All right.
about that Reddit story?
Colby,
Yeah, this is all about
yeah.
the trials. Yeah, Colby, I forgot. Yeah, this is all about the trials of Reddit. Yikes. I'm all right.
Colby 2012, never forget.
I don't know that I'm done processing the fact that Michelle's known people to do that.
Yeah, I come from the old dog spooner neighborhood. We just put spoons up dogs' asses. So we, like the Christians were circumcised and we put spoons up dogs' asses,
Mason, you looking for ways to get your puppy in line? I'm just saying. I mean,
PETA, unlike Stat Dog.
teach your dog how to play concho.
I play Japanese school tricks on my dog.
I, for whatever reason, watched Dear Zachary. Jacob
Michelle.
of bullfighting fame said.
I still haven't watched it because I've been told not to watch it. But I
Yeah.
haven't watched it.
It's heartrending.
It's really sad to watch it. I, of course, then went and watched it. It is super sad. And as I was watching it, I'm all like, oh, this is really sad. Okay, but something good's happening. Okay, this is good. All right. Wait, it's really, really sad. More sad things happen.
Yep.
So I did go to the website, and there is like a conclusion video, which is slightly happy in the amount of sadness that has been in there. And I watched it last night before going to sleep, so then I had to put on a cartoon before I actually went fully to sleep, otherwise I'd have terrible dreams. But then I turned on TADPOG again, and Tyler has something.
That cartoon was The Secret of Nim, and I had nightmares anyway.
Extremely sad to tell us, so I'm like, why TADPOG? Why? So that's pretty much everything, I think, oh, yeah, I can pretend that my parents have.
And we reached 3 minutes. She does call right back.
All right, let's play that one. We'll call it.
And then she calls the next day. So I don't know if this is a
9-minute call.
No, this next one's 54 seconds.
Okay.
So, but I would like to say this looks like a repeating pattern. I'm looking through Google Voice, and it's like 3-minute call, followed by a 54-second call, followed by a 3-minute call, followed by a 32-second call. I'm sorry, Michelle. You get cut off a lot. You gotta get those 3 minutes in.
Sorry, I went over 3 minutes.
It's fine. You didn't say
but
peace out. It's fine.
I can pretend that my parents have never had sex because both of me and my brother were artificially inseminated kids. So it can be like, what? We are test tube babies. My parents don't have sex.
No, your parents had a lot of sex.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if that's the case, your parents had a lot of sex.
Yeah, I saw they've been cookie cheese.
Yeah, right.
Your parents fuck.
Just not each other.
Well, your dad doesn't fuck. Yeah, your mom fucks. Your dad watches.
Sometimes he fucks.
Your dad jerks off and your mom fucks.
Had it mixed together and shoved in. Because that's how it works. So that's all I wanted to tell you. I don't think I have any questions or can come up with them on the fly because I'm not good at that. Unless, it's Halloween time here, you'll get this look at New Year's. What's your favorite Halloween costume to wear? And I love you guys, as you know, because I follow you all the time. That's it. Pretty sure.
I was a vampire a lot. Tyler, I know you're a hobo a lot.
No, you were Urkel too, Josh.
Yeah, well,
My favorite of Josh's Halloween costume is blackface.
I am okay. I am running.
Let's go through this. Let's run through this again.
Yeah, I am running for office in South Carolina.
You wore blackface. Had a dog named Shaq.
Lit bowls, fuck your wife, and cookie cheeses.
I don't know how this is. I don't like how this picture's coming together.
I love when this settles on to Josh where it's like amused, mildly upset, but mostly amused face I see from Josh at least once a recording.
Yeah.
He hasn't shaken a finger at me. That's what I know. It's like, we're getting close. And then Josh is.
I mean, I didn't name Shaq. That was my family.
And you didn't put the paint on your face either. Your mom did that.
Yeah, but
so it's your parents, not you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. My parents are horrible racists.
They wanted you to be really racist.
We're gonna raise him right.
It was a different time, Tyler.
We love you too, Terrified Michelle.
Yes, thank you, Michelle.
My favorite Halloween costume, banana. Hands down, banana.
Remember when I was like super shitty Wolverine one year? Mm-hmm. So my mom died.
You were a shredder.
Shredder.
Your mom died?
My mom died. My mom died Long John's yellow to put black arrows on it, and I had purple dish gloves that we super glued pieces of aluminum bent into claw shapes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I love it. That's okay, man. I went as John Arbuckle that one year, remember? So look, that's about as basic of a costume you can get.
Well,
all you need, blue shirt and a stuffed Garfield. There you go, kid.
Well, that's what I did
Arbuckle.
for Shredder in college, like our freshman year, sophomore year, where I had purple sweats and I put knee guards for like soccer and shin guards on my shins and on my forearms, where I glued golf tees for my spikes, and the knees for my shoulders. Yeah. Although Josh was Buster Bluth, that was pretty good when we shaved your head that year, and you had
I had a hook and good
time. And that was my dad that one year. The only person who got it was my ex-girlfriend who happened to be there.
Was that the year that Sean Miller had a really good Jacob York costume?
No, it was the year before that where, Miller had a perfect Jacob costume. And he would just go around saying Jacob things and making Jacob faces. And Jacob was not pleased by it. But who was Brandon of Axelate fame? Very amused. Hey, Jacob, what are you doing? Insofar as, and then he'd walk away.
Is Jacob coming next week? Is he going to be again?
I hope he's able to. If we can do some schedule finagling and see what we can do, because I really want him on a Suikoden episode.
But he can refute these claims.
Yep.
Even though I guess they're truth. I don't know I don't know what you can do.
I think it's pretty good.
All right, that was an episode.
Yep.
We kind of talked about Suikoden a little bit.
Yeah, we got caught up story-wise. Thanks for listening, everybody. Run the show on iTunes, Stitcher, and YouTube. So don't miss the next episode. More Suikoden, baby.
It's all Suikoden from here on out.
Baby.
It's all Suikoden.
Hey, you want to send a package? You can send that to TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole Nance, PO Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002.
But
And
definitely,
I might deliver it.
definitely let
Hell
our
yeah.
cuck know that the package is coming.
You want follow pictures of my babies, TADPOG_podcast on Instagram. TADPOG on Facebook, and then TADPOG Nation on Facebook is where all the fucked up shit is, where we have 3 bouncers ready to bounce you if you're a robot or someone's grandma.
You're
so
out.
you're good.
Yeah, no
Or a grandma
allowed.
robot.
or any of our children.
Right.
They're not allowed either.
That almost happened. Glad Micah was on that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Let me hear that story.
Oh, Brainy Jr. was like, "Oh, I want to join the TADPOG Nation." Micah was like, "Hey, man." I was like, "No. Stamp that shit out. Nope. She does not need to know what I do to her mother. So no, she does not need to come on and join the TADPOG Nation." What you got, Dave?
You want to call us?
Yeah,
like some of these
there you
wonderful people did. You can do that at 270-883-2555. Hey, did you enjoy this? If you did, you can give us money for that at patreon.com/tadpog. There's a lot of cool people on there who currently do that. And you get some bonus episodes we haven't done in a little while, but there's a whole bunch on there. Things have been kind of hectic for us.
If you've been listening, yes, please forgive me while my family goes through everything we're going through. It's making stuff extra, but I will try my best.
Everyone's being really cool about it. It's just one of those things that
we put the pressure on ourselves.
Right.
Yeah.
So we want to let you know that, thanks for hanging in there with us.
Next Patreon episode, we all go to Cuck E Jesus and record it.
Done. Oh,
It's just us. It's just the 3 of us just sobbing.
no, dude. Next Patreon thing is we all go to Chuck E. Cheese that has removed the real Chuck E. Cheese that has removed the animatronics, but we go dressed as the animatronics and perform at a birthday party.
Yeah.
We also carry striking your signs about us getting fired.
Oh, man, yeah. Like PETA standing outside of Chick-fil-A or whatever. I love that. Yeah, $1,000 Patreon goal. That'll happen.
And then one of us all dressed as Billy Bob, just smoking a cigar way back in the back, just laughing and shaking his head.
Right, and sniffing on our jinkum, which I think is also $1,000 goal. I'd like to thank Chris Murray for his recent increase in his pledge. He is riding that penny train. I'd like to thank Exalted Lord Mike of Purdue for upping his donation by a penny, also riding that penny train. And I may have already thanked him, but since he's playing Suikoden, thank you, Zeus Laser, increasing your pledge recently. You can find us. I stream on Twitch on Sundays at 8:30 Central. If you want to come hang out, I'll be playing Suikoden this Sunday. And I'm going to do my best to have some extra streams this week so I can kind of cover some ground on Suikoden.
Paperboy.
And Paperboy. That's no joke.
Paperboy streams are good.
That's no joke, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm all about it. I beat my high score on the last stream. I'm up to like 248,750.
Is it just you on Monday, doing Monday over and over again, or just your highest score on any given day? Or is it all week, what your score is after all week?
Just after you lose all your lives. And
Okay.
I think I said 248. That's 100% not true. It's like 148. I'm projecting. I'm seeing into the future.
See, now you have to go and do that, though, because you said it. You have to make it real.
Yeah, I guess I do have to do that. That would put me squarely in, I believe, the first place. No, maybe not. I think first place is definitely in the 200s. I watched the guy who set the record had an interview, and I learned some tricks today. Like, I never knew that you could press you can press A and B at the same time, and you essentially throw 2 papers in one throw. So it's like if you can do that and hit a mailbox, it's double the points. So yeah, it's kind of a big deal. It's
man.
I heard that today and it's like this is a game changer. So I'm excited. I know it's weird, but I mean, really getting into Paperboy.
Man, chase your bliss, dog.
Yeah.
You don't get many of it in your 30s.
That's true, man. Late 30s too. At that, it's okay. Sex has been good, so I got sex and Paperboy.
There you go. All right.
So there we go.
Yeah. I think you're fucking good, man.
All right. Yeah.
Our theme song is Moves. I Sing More Dry. Find a link to that show on TADPOG.com, whatever.
Yeah, just go to TADPOG.com.
Yeah. If you actually like, listen more Moves. Yeah. If you ever done that, please let me know because I'm very curious if you have. Thanks for coming on, Josh.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And if you want to come on next week, come back.
I will certainly try.
Awesome. How you want to close this out?
Like Humphrey.
All right. So until next time.
Peace out.
Yeah.
Tap off. Yep. And Mason's new title is Peace Out, Mason.
Peace out, Mason. I like it. All right. Peace out, Pocket. I think I'd honestly like Suikoden more if there was like just like a little bit of sexy stuff, you know, just a little bit.
You gotta take more women into the bathhouse, dog.
Suikoden 2, there's an implied like hand job or blow job or something.
What?
I remember that.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
You get these.
I'm on board.
Two like they're like gypsies or something. They're like performers on your team.
Oh, the one who's in love with you, and then
you go to the you're like going through a mountain pass that's guarded, and so like she convinces the guard to like go off screen with her for a little while,
so they can sneak by,
and they come back, and then he's all cool with you passing now.
He has like the toasty status or something like that.
All right, I'm on board. I like that.
Suikoden 2 gets a little sexy.
I like it.